students, welcome to the exam rad. So today we'll start with our next unit, that is unit number 2 algebra, and the chapter number 2 polynomials for class 10th. Okay, so before start, in case you have not subscribed, you can please go through our website and can subscribe there, and you can just also visit, you will be getting the PDF notes there. So that's all. So let's just start with our second unit with the second chapter, that is polynomials, right? Begin with the polynomial. Yeah. Okay, so before moving ahead, let's just start with what is the polynomial. Okay, so if you people have visited our website, you may know that I have told you something about the polynomial, that what is polynomial for class 9th, and you will be studying similar topics in this chapter also, but it will be of some high concept than class 9th, right? But the basic will remain same, that what is the polynomial, what are the zeros of polynomial, middle term splitting. These are the things that you have already studied, and we will also discuss them in class 10th also, right? So let's just start with our first unit, that second unit, that is the polynomials, right? So what is a polynomial? In class 9th, in my videos, I told you that nomials means terms and poly means many, right? It means polynomial is something which is made up of many terms, more than two terms, which is known as the polynomials, right? In polynomials, you will study about some graphical aspect. You are also going to study some theoretical aspect of the polynomial thing, right? And you will also be going to study something very interesting topic which is very important for class 10th. They will be termed as miscellaneous in your NCERT books, but they are very important in you people. Just don't ignore them. You people have to know that what are they and how they can be used in the mathematics, right? So without wasting time, let's just move that what is, this is a brief intro, this is a quick recap. For polynomial, you can visit our class 9th sessions, and you will be getting the whole PDF for the polynomial. What is polynomial, what are the types of polynomial, what is degree, what is constant term, what are the other types of polynomial, what are the examples, what are the constant, what are the variables. These are certain things that I have discussed very, in very with the more information in class 9th one. So the people who are new to our platform, I have prepared a quick recap of what is a polynomial, what are its type, what is variable, what is degree in this slide. So you can just have a look here, and you will be getting to know that what is actually a polynomial. And for more polynomial thing, for knowing more about polynomial, you should visit class 9th lessons. Okay, so basically polynomial, they are the algebraic expressions that include real numbers and variables. So first of all, the question is, what is variable and what is a constant, right? So a constant is any number without any variable. Any number which do not have any variable attached to it is known as the constant, and variable is basically which is denoted by certain letters or alphabets, that can be A, B, C, X, Y, Z. It either of them can be a variable. This is what we called variable, and this is what we called as constant, right? Now the next thing that you have to know is what are the types of polynomials. So polynomials can be a monomial, a binomial, a trinomial, right? A monomial, as the name suggests, I told you that nomial means terms, okay, and mono means, you people know that mono means one. It means it consists of only one term. It means 5y itself is a monomial, 6x is a monomial, 4z is a monomial, right? Now binomial, as the name suggests, bi means two, and nomial means as usual terms, right? So it means it consists of the two terms. For example, 4x square minus 8y. These are consist of the two terms, that is why they are known as the binomial. You can also use the same variable, like you can just use 2y square minus 4y is also a binomial term. But you should be beware that 2y square minus 4y square is not a binomial term, because in this case both the variables are same, y square and y square, so they will be subtracted to form a monomial. That is why this thing is not a monomial, binomial, right? A trinomial, as the name suggests, the tri means 3 and nomial means terms, so it consists of 3 terms, which can be 2y square minus 8y plus 4, y square minus y plus 1, any of them. Okay, now this is just a brief intro. I'm just telling you certain words that you people should know if you people have not visited our class 9th sessions. Okay, so the degree, basically what is a degree, this is very important in case of a quadratic equation or in case of any equation, any xyz equation. The largest power of the variable is known as the degree of the equation. Let's just suppose 3x square minus 4x plus 3 is the given equation. In this particular equation, the largest value for the variable is 2. So the degree of this equation is 2. This is what we called as the degree of the equation. That is, the highest power of the variable exists in the equation is known as the degree of the equation, right? Now, what are the examples of polynomial? I already told you that what are the examples of polynomials, like x square minus 5, x square minus x plus 1, 5x minus 2y. These all are polynomials, right? Now, more information for the degree. Okay, depending upon the degree of the equation, the polynomials can be of different types. So the first is constant polynomial, which have a 0 degree. It means the variable is not present. Variable is 0, that is no variable is present. That is what we called as the constant polynomial. I'll just give you the example of the constant polynomial. Okay, so our next type of the polynomial is basically the linear polynomial. So in the case of linear polynomial, as the name suggests, the linear polynomial has 1 as the degree. It means the highest value of the power of the variable is x, that is 5x is the example. Okay, 6y is the example. These are all examples of linear polynomial. Come to the quadratic one. As the name suggests, quadratic means 2. It means the degree of polynomial is 2. Highest degree is 2. It means example can be like this, right? Okay, move forward towards the cubic polynomial. A cubic polynomial has the general degree of 3. Okay, so in this case we can just take the example like 6x cube minus 4x square plus 3x minus 2. This is the example of cubic in which the largest degree of the variable, that is x, equals to 3. Biquadratic polynomial are the polynomials, they are not in your syllabus, but still if you people are knowing it, just quadratic means 2 and biquadratic means twice 2. It means 4. It means the highest degree of the variable must be 4. It means the example is 4x 4 plus 3x cube plus 2x square plus 1 will be the example of this particular. So in this particular slide we have learned many different terms for the polynomials, and you will be getting, and this is just a brief intro, that what are the very terms which are used in the polynomials and what are the different things which we can use in the polynomials. So basically, what are the polynomials? Which consist of the terms, more than terms. Okay, so in the case of polynomial, basically it can be binomial, monomial, trinomial. Monomial means one term only, binomial means two terms, and trinomial means three terms. Okay, and we have also studied what are constants, what are variables. Variables can be any alphabet, that can be a, b, c, x, y, z, m, n, o, any variable. And constant are basically those numbers which have no variable attached by there. Okay, now we have also studied what is the degree, that is the highest power of the variable in the given equation is known as the degree of the term. Okay, so basically on the basis of the degrees, polynomials can be of basically five types. So the first is constant polynomial having only zero variable. It means the degree, highest degree for the variable is zero. It means no variable is present, only the constant term is present, right? Linear polynomial are basically those having 1 as the degree of the polynomial, and that is why x is the x, y, these are the terms which we can use in the linear polynomial. Then quadratic polynomial are basically those polynomials in which the highest degree for the variable is 2, that is why they are called as the quadratic one. Then third is the cubic polynomial having 3 as the highest degree of the variable, and fifth is the biquadratic having 4 as the highest degree of the polynomial. Okay, I hope it is clear that what is polynomial. You just have to know this much about the polynomial, that what is polynomial, पॉलिनॉमियल में वेरिएबल्स क्या होते हैं, कॉन्स्टेंट्स क्या होते हैं, या फिर पॉलिनॉमियल्स किस टाइप्स के होते हैं. दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट योर पीपल हैव टू स्टडी और योर पीपल हैव टू नो to to move forward with this chapter. Okay, so these are the basics that you should know, that what are them. Okay, so let's just come to the main topic of this chapter on which this whole chapter is made, that is the zero of polynomial. Okay, so in class 9 sessions also I have told you a little bit about the zeros of polynomial, and I also give the sessions of finding out the zeros of polynomial by middle term splitting method. I told you about a middle term splitting method. And in class 9th you have also studied about a factorization method, but in case of class 10th you won't be studied about this factorization one, but this middle term splitting will remain in class 10th too. Okay, so we will studying about middle term splitting method to find out the zeros of polynomial, and also there is another method to find out the zeros of polynomial that we call as the quadratic formula. Basically, a quadratic formula is a formula used to find out the zeros for quadratic equation only. What do you mean by quadratic equations? Quadratic equations are basically those equations which have the highest power or the degree equals to 2. I have told you in my previous slide what a quadratic equation in which the highest power, this is the quadratic equation having highest power as 2. Okay, so quadratic formula is basically x equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. This is a long formula. You don't have to study this formula. I'll be telling you this formula in chapter number 4, quadratic equations. You won't be getting studied this formula in this chapter. I'm just telling you so that your people could be prepared that this formula is very easy. You just have to apply this formula and you will be getting the answers, but I'm not telling you in this chapter. In this chapter you have two methods of finding out the zeros of polynomial. The first method is middle term splitting method itself. This method never changes. This method is like all in one method. You will always be getting to solve the problems using this one. And the second one is long division method. This chapter also include another topic known as the division algorithm. There you will be studying how to find out the zeros of polynomial using division. Right. So zeros of polynomial are basically those values of the x for which the polynomial becomes 0. I also told you, for example, this is the equation. In this particular equation, if basically zeros are the value of the x such that this whole value of polynomial becomes 0. So if we put this whole value equals to 0, we can easily find out the value of the x like this. right? We can easily find out the value of the x by putting them equals to 0. Okay, so this is what we called as the zero of polynomial. The value of the x or the variable we will be getting after putting the whole polynomial equals to 0 is known as the zeros of polynomial. So this is you're not going to study, you're going to study in chapter number 4. So you are going to study this method and another method, that is your long division method. You people don't yeah, this is very easy one, and I'll be also solving problems for you people, so this will be helping you. Okay, so let's move forward towards the another thing, that is how to calculate the zeros graphically. This is okay, this is very easy one, this is the easiest topic. Basically this is your first exercise for this chapter. You have to calculate the zeros of the three different graphs you can see here. So for this basically what you will do is how to calculate the zeros graphically. The points, the number of points where the line is intersecting or touching x-axis. This is the simplest language I have used here so that you people could know. Okay, these are the number of zeros, and you will also be getting the zeros. Like this is the point where it is touching the x-axis, only this is the point, so it means it have only one zero. This line has only one zero. This is touching at this point, also at this point, so this is having two zeros. This is touching at all the 3 points, so this is having 3 zeros, right? And the basically the values of the x at which these points are touching the x-axis, these values are itself the zero of the given equation, right? For example, in this particular case, -2 will be the zero of given line. Basically you can also find how many zeros are there by knowing that how many points are touching the x-axis, and you can also calculate the zero of the given particular line by knowing that at which point that particular point is intersecting x-axis, that particular value of the x-axis will be considered as the zero of that particular line. Am I right? Okay, let's move forward to, so moving ahead, you know that this was very easy part to represent these zeros graphically. They can be very easily done, and I told you how you can find out the number of zeros as well as what are the zeros. This is very easy, but you have to make sure that they must touch x-axis. This is only for x-axis. They doesn't matter that they are touching y-axis or not, but it does matters that they are touching x-axis or not, right? Moving ahead, we'll just start with some new topic, that is the relationship. So basically I told you how to find out the zeros by using different methods. Okay, so first of all we will be studying the relationship between the zeros and the quadratic polynomials coefficient. Okay, so basically you can easily find out the zero. So let's just suppose one of the zero be a and another zero be b. So for a quadratic equation, this is a quadratic equation is something having 2 as the highest power of the variable. So for quadratic equation, right, the sum of the zeros, pay attention to this guys, this is a very new topic for you, right? So for quadratic equation, the sum of the zeros will be equals to minus b by a. What is this b by a? For quadratic equation, the general equation is ax square plus bx plus c. Am I right? So in this particular case, this is b and this is a. So minus b by a will be this equals to the sum of 0, and the product of 0, that is a into b, will be equals to c by a, that is constant divided by the variable having x square as the coefficient. This is the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. Here here also I have given some relationship, and this relationship is meant for the cubic polynomial. This cubic polynomial is not in your chapter. Basically this is in your miscellaneous exercise, but the miscellaneous exercise for class 10th also needs to be solved. That is why I have mentioned here the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. For cubic polynomial, the general equation is like this. This is the general equation for the cubic polynomial. So in that case, alpha, let a, you can just any of them, this is like, you can also name them as alpha and beta. They are generally named, the zeros are generally called as alpha and beta. So here also you can call them as alpha, beta and gamma, since there are 3 zeros in case of the cubic polynomial. So it will be like this: alpha plus beta plus gamma, that is the sum of the zeros of polynomial, is equals to minus b by a. That is similar to this, but in this case the b is the coefficient of x square, and in this case the b is the coefficient of x, right? And another thing is the product of the zeros is equals to minus t by a, that is minus of constant by x square's coefficient. And the last is the sum of the product of the coefficients, that is alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha, right? This will be equals to c by a, that is the coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x cube. This is the relationship between the zeros and coefficient. I know you people just don't understand that how we can apply these in the questions, and I'll show you how we can just apply these in the question. So before moving to the question, I would like to tell you about the certain concepts, and after the I'll be done with the concept, then we will be here to discuss all the questions, and depending upon this and how to apply these formulas, we will be doing that. So first of all, let me just clear out with all my concept. This is the last concept of your chapter, that is the division algorithm. I told you that you can also find out the zeros of polynomial using this long division method. This is what we called as division algorithm. So the division algorithm is same as we studied in class 9th. I told you how to divide in class 9th. I told you how to how to arrange the dividend and how to divide the polynomial. Like in the earlier classes, we have just done with the division of particular numbers, but in class 9th and 10th, we are going to study the division of polynomials. So in class 9th, you can just see the session for polynomial, and you will be able to understand that how we can just perform the long division to know the division algorithm method. And it will be, this will be same, this is the dividend. Let me make it more clear to you now. This gx is divisor, and as the symbol suggests, this is quotient, and this will be your remainder, right? So these are basically, this is something, and you just have to do like this. You just have to first arrange the dividend. I'll just give you a very short intro about the division, and for the complete explanation of this division, you can just visit our website and you can have a look there how to divide a polynomial step by step. I have mentioned all these steps, and I also try to do the divide by myself so that you people could understand. But here I'm giving a short intro, so it will be a brief and quick recap for you people, and you people will be able to understand, and you will be able to remind what you have studied in your class 9th sessions. So I hope you are following me. So this is basically a division method. Basically this is a dividend, and in this dividend, first of all, what we have to do is arrange them with the degrees. Like the highest degree will be arranged first, and the second, like this is the less than this, and it will be second. Like this you can just arrange them in the descending order, and like this you can also arrange the divisor. You just have to divide this first term with this first term and write the particular which comes as here, and you have to then multiply by this. So x cube divided by x square will be x, so I'm writing x here, then multiply both of them, you will be getting minus 2x. Put this minus 2x only be, beneath the term which has only x in it. Then for elimination method you have to convert the signs. So this is plus, this will be minus, this is minus, this will be plus. These both will be cancelled. This will be as it is, minus 4x square plus 8x minus 2. Again divide this term with this term, you will be getting minus 4x square plus 8. So this will be cancelled. In this you will be getting minus 10, 8x minus 10. Now since this is x square and this is 8x, so you can't divide them further. That is why the question for this particular term is x minus 4, and the question for this particular division remainder is 8x minus 10. This is all we have to do in the division method. This is very easy. The same as you multiply in the number division, the similar you have to multiply and divide in the case of polynomial division. The arithmetic and the polynomial division are very much similar to each other. I hope you people understood how to divide. So first of all, let's just start with certain questions. I have prepared certain questions for you people so that you people could know how to solve them. So my first question is based on the quadratic equation. Yeah, I'll also be discuss the cubic polynomial. Okay, so that will be your miscellaneous exercise in some important question from that exercise, and you should practice them. And in case of any queries, you can let us know in the comments, and me and my team will reach you. Right, so find the zeros of the following quadratic equation and verify the relation between them. So our first quadratic equation is this. So guys, for middle term splitting, what we do is we just multiply both of these terms. We'll getting 8x square. We will just know the second term is 2x. Then we just have to take the terms which by plus which add to form 2x and which multiplies to form 8x. Am I right? We have to take the two terms which multiply to form 8 and which added or subtracted to form 2x. So we'll be getting 4 and 2. Okay, these are multiplied to get 8 and these are subtracted or added to form the 2. So we'll be getting something like this. And x will be equals to 4 or minus 2. These are the two zeros of the polynomial. Then you have to verify the relationship. Okay, so these are the two zeros. So I told you how to verify the relationship is the sum of the zeros. 4 is the first zero plus minus 2 is the second zero will be equals to minus b by a. Minus b by a is minus, b is minus 2 divided by 1. Right, you have to take the coefficients only. So this sign will be cancelled and you will be getting 2. Here also you will be getting 2. So yes, verified. Right, now this product, so 4 into minus 2 will be minus 8. Now c by a is also minus 8 by 1. So yes, hence proved that this relationship is verified. This is all you have to do in these questions. These are very easy. You already know how to find out the zeros of polynomial, but here the addition we have done is the verify the relation between the zeros and coefficient. So you just have to add them or multiply them, and you just have to prove them that they are equal to minus b by a or c by a respectively. Right, let's just take another example too. So another example is 4x square 4s square minus 4s plus 1. Okay, so in this particular case we will be getting like 4, so 4x square minus 2s minus 2s, right, plus 1. So we'll be getting 2s, so 2s minus 1 minus 1, 2s minus 1. So we will be getting s equals to 1 by 2 in both the cases, right? We will be getting s equals to 1 by 2 in both the cases. So after adding 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, we are getting 1. So minus b, it must be equal to minus b by a according to the relationship. So minus 4 by 4 will be equals to 1. Right, this is proved. Similarly, multiply them, we are getting 1 by 4. So c by a is also 1 by 4, hence proved. I hope this is clear to you people, that how you could just verify and prove them that their relationships are equal. You just have to mention the LHS equals to RHS, and you can just do it by finding out the zeros, putting the value in the sum of the zeros or product of the zeros, and after putting out the value you can just put it equal to the given coefficients. That is, for the sum of 0 it will be equals to minus b by a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square. Similarly, for the product of the zeros you can put it equal to c by a, where c is the constant term and a is the coefficient of the x square. I hope it is clear to you people now. In case of any problems you can just let me know also. Okay, so let's move forward towards another topic, that is the division algorithm. So we are moving with the division algorithm, right? So in the division algorithm, this is a very easy question. You just have to like perform the division and you have to report the remainder and the questioned part of the given polynomial, right? So you will just draw the brackets like this. You will just put this term inside after arranging, and this is already arranged as we can see, and here we are writing like this. So we just divide it by this, we will be getting this and this. We by elimination process just uh, opposite the signs. Just make sure that your people are able to solve these questions. These are very easy, very easy, I'm telling you. The division is the very easiest part. I don't know why people are so scared of the division, but I have explained it in a better way. Okay, so in my sessions, so you can just have a look there also. So the remainder for the particular division is 7x minus 9, and the question is x minus 3. Am I clear by this? So you can similarly prove other questions too. There are certain other questions are also given here. You can just note them out and you can solve in your notebooks, so you people get to know that whether you are able to solve them or you are not able to solve them. If you are not able to solve them in any circumstances, please let us know and we will be here to help you people. Okay, so you can just note them out and you can just let me know that whether your people are able to solve these problems or not. These are the easier chapters of class 9th and 10th, and you can easily go through these chapters. This is a question, this is an important one. These types of questions generally come in the exam instead of the division and questions. In these questions, the whole quadratic, this is a type of a polynomial is given. This is a biquadratic polynomial. 3x4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5. So in this particular question, what you have to do is basically two zeros are given and you have to obtain the other two zeros too. So how you'll be getting is, these two zeros are given. We know that x value is equals to, if the zeros are given, so that particular will be the value of the x, right? So x equals to root 5 by root 3 and x is also equals to minus root 5 by root 3. So we can write it as x minus root 5 by root 3 is the factor, and x plus root 5 by root 3 is also the factor of the px. So you can just know that this is the formula for a minus b, a plus b, and you will be getting a square minus b square. These are the identities I also told in class 9th sessions. Have a look there. I have also prepared the whole chart for these identities. You can just have a look and note these identities out. So it will be something like this. And as you people could see that this is a quadratic polynomial, so you can just divide this whole thing with this polynomial. So due to certain issues, okay, so I'll just prepare a next slide where I can just solve this question out. Okay, so let's just solve it. The question was 3x4 minus, let's move that, what was the value, 3x4 plus 6x cube minus 2x square plus 6x cube minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5, and this is x square minus 5 by 3. Let's just confirm this, right? This is minus 2x square minus 10x minus 5, right? So I'm just solving the question here in the end. You can just have a look here. Divide this term by this term. There is no, this is cube, and here it is 0x. Okay, so you just can divide this by this. So you will be getting 3x square, right? You will be getting 3x square. So it will be 3x4, right? Now 0x, so it will be become like 0x into 3x cube will be 0. So divide, multiply this by this, so you will be getting like this will be cancelled. This will be 5 minus 5x square, right? Just change the signs for the elimination method, and you will be getting 6x cube plus 3x square minus 10x minus 5. Similarly, you will be writing here 6x. When we divide this term by this term, we will be writing 6x cube, 0 will be 0. Now this will be, if we multiply 5 by 3 minus into 6x minus 6x, okay, so what we'll be getting is plus 10x. Am I right? If we multiply this term by this term, what we'll be getting is plus 6x, because both the minus signs, they will be cancelled with each other. So we'll be getting plus 10x, right? So this will be plus 10x, and the signs will be changed like this: 3x square minus 20x minus 5, right? Always arrange them in the ascending order. So now what we'll do is like this, it will be cancelled out, and we will be getting minus 5 here. So minus 20x we will be getting. Let's just move there only. Okay, so here what you will get is okay, so basically here also you will be getting this particular thing, as you can see, is 3x square plus 6x plus 3 is the given. Okay, this is the given polynomial, and this is how you can just solve this out. Okay, you can just easily solve this question. So this is how you can do this, and after you will be getting 0 as the remainder, what you will do is you will just have to put this question and solve them with the middle term splitting to get more zeros. Whenever you will get 0 as your remainder, then you will always always just use this question for the middle term splitting. Yeah, have a look here. Please pay attention here. Here this is plus 6x, because this is plus. I have by mistaken added 6x here, right? So this is plus 6x. So by this we will be getting minus 10x, and this will be cancelled here only. I'm sorry, this is by mistake. Okay, so you can just add these things, that this is a plus 6 here. By mistake I have done this, and it will be cancelled here only, right? This will be cancelled here only, and we will be getting 3x square minus 5 as the final one. So we will just add, by this we will be getting same, and our remainder is going to be 0. By this our remainder is going to be 0. So what I'm saying is, when we get 0 as the remainder by doing such divisions, we'll take the quotient. So our quotient was this. Just solve this thing with the help of middle term splitting. So how will middle term split is, you have to take 9. Okay, so I guess this will be the perfect for the middle term splitting. Like this you can just, so we will be getting 3x plus 3 equals to 0 and x plus 1 equals to 0. So x will be minus 1 in this case, will be the another root, and in this case also x will be equals to minus 1. So the other zeros for the particular equation is x equals to minus 1. Am I right? This is x equals to minus 1 are the other zeros. I hope it is clear to you people. So let's move forward towards our another question. These are the cubic polynomial questions. These belongs to your exercise, that is your chapter with the miscellaneous one, that is last exercise of this concept, and these are some important questions I have to mandatorily discussed with you people. So there are two questions, please pay your attention here, and these questions are very very important for this whole chapter, and they will definitely be appearing in your exam. So I hope you will just pay attention here. Okay, so the cubic polynomial question is, so first start with the basic question and then with the very and the most important question of this whole chapter, which will be definitely be in their exams. So the first is verify. It is similar to the first question I've discussed, that is the verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of cubic polynomials. In that case that was quadratic, and in this case this was for cubic polynomials, right? So the equation is given, that is 2x cube plus x square minus 5x plus 2 is the equation. Am I right? Okay, so in this particular equation, first we have to verify the numbers given alongside below, are there zeros or not. So first of all, the first number is given here was 1 by 2, right? So first we'll just do with the 1 by 2 whether it is a 0 or not. So how would you find out that whether that given is the 0 or not? We just have to put the value of x equals to 1 by 2, and if we are getting 0, then only it will be the 0 of the polynomial, like this. So we are getting this. Okay, so what we'll do is cancel this out, and we will be getting 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 minus 5 by 2 plus 2, right? Just take the LCM, solve them. So we will be getting 0. Yeah, so yes, p1 by 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. Another is 1. So when we put 1 instead of the x, we will be getting 2 to 4 plus 1 5 minus 5 equals to 0. Yes, this is also the polynomial or the zeros of the polynomial. Then we will be putting minus 2. So 2 minus 2 cube plus minus 2 square plus minus 5 into minus 2 plus 2. So we will be getting minus 8 into minus 16 plus 4 minus plus 10 plus 2, right? So we will be getting 16 minus 16 equals to 0. So yes, all of them, they are the zeros of the polynomial. Now you have to just verify the relationship. So let's just verify this. So how we can just verify this is, we can we getting the zeros of the polynomial. So we know that the sum of the polynomial is equals to minus b by a, right? The sum is basically 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 by minus 2, right? So this will be like 1 by 2 minus 1, so this will be minus 1 by 2, and by calculating the minus b by a part, this is your b and this is your a, so minus 1 by 2. hence proved, right? Similarly, product will be equals to 1 by 2 into 1 into minus 2. We will be getting minus 1 as the product. So basically it is d by a, d is equals to 2 and a equals to 2, so it is minus d by a equals to minus 1 itself, hence also proved. Now the last one is this product, sum of the products of the zeros, and this will be like c by a. So after getting this, what we'll get is 1 by 2 into 1 plus 1 into minus 2 plus 1 by 2 into minus 2, right? So we will be getting 1 by 2 minus 2 minus 1. Okay, so 1 by 2 minus 3, we will be getting minus 5 by 2. And see, this is basically d by a, which is also minus 5 by 2. I hope this is clear to you people. Okay, so this is the last question. Okay, this is very important one. This is px equals to x4 plus minus 6x cube plus 16x square minus 25x plus 10, right? Now the remainder is given as x plus a. This is the given remainder for this particular term, and the divisor for this particular term is given as x square minus 2x plus k. So we have to find out the value of this k and a. Okay, so we will just divide it like this: x4 minus 6x cube plus 16x square minus 25x plus 10, right? And here we will write the divisor part like this: k is any constant. Okay, so first of all, divide this x square minus 2x cube plus kx square. So after changing the signs, we will be getting minus 4x square cube, minus 4x cube plus 16 minus k x square minus 25x plus 10. Am I right? Now let's just divide by this. We are getting minus 4x. Okay, so minus 4x cube plus 8x square and then minus 4kx, right? Now just change their signs. So after changing this, we can just write it like this: sine 16 minus 8 minus k. So we can write it as 8 minus k whole x square. Then we can just write it as minus common 25 minus 4k x plus 10. This is the equation we are getting. Then multiply this by 8 minus k. Then write it down like this. This will be cancelled, of course. Now multiply by this, you will be getting 16 minus 16 plus 2k, minus 16 plus 2k. So take minus common: 16 minus 2k x. Okay, then just multiply by this, we will be getting 8k minus k square. So we will be writing 8k minus k square. This will be going to be positive, so this is something like minus 25 plus 16, that will be minus 9, and plus 4 and minus 2 is minus 2k, plus 4 and minus 2 is plus 2kx, plus 10 minus 8k, this is negative, no, and plus k square. This is the remainder you people are getting. So put this remainder equals to then this will be a remainder, put this equals to x plus a. On comparing the coefficients, you will be getting that this is the x coordinate and this is the x coordinate. So minus 9 plus 2k equals to 1. So k will be find it out as 5. Okay, now put this whole value in this and k and all, then you will be getting a as your value, and substituting the value of k, you will be getting the value of a equals to minus 5. I hope this question is clear to you people. Why this question is so important? Because in this particular question, people don't remember how to divide. Basically in certain circumstances, people were not able to divide because of the lots of constants k and all, and multiplication is present. So there definitely is the mistake of the taking out common, or with the signs and all. So you must be very careful for solving this question. So first thing we have to learn is graphically represent zeros of polynomial. Am I right? Second thing you should know here is zeros of polynomial and relationships. Only four topics are there. Very important. Minus b by a equals to sum, and c by a equals to product. I hope it is clear. I'm just writing a quick recap or a short paragraph so that whenever you will look on this chapter, you always know that what you are going to study, what you have to study, and what have you already done with. Third is the division algorithm by the long division method, right? And our last is cubic polynomial and their relationships. We'll be getting alpha plus beta plus gamma equals to minus b by a, right? Alpha beta gamma equals to d by a minus d by a, and alpha beta plus beta gamma plus gamma alpha equals to c by a. I hope it is clear to you people. So that's it for now. Okay, so I hope the polynomials you have already enjoyed this polynomial, and this is very easy chapter. So this is all for now. Read this chapter, solve the questions, and in case of any problem, please let us know. Me and my team will definitely get back to you. So thank you so much. I hope it is clear. Have a very lovely day. Thank you.